Action.
Oh, how nice. It's getting really interesting with these actions here. Hi, I'm Leilani, the host of Leilani Drinks the Brown Stuff. And thank you for joining me for another episode in my backyard. And tonight we are getting into a whiskey that my beast got me for my Whiskey of the Month Club. My favorite club of all time. And tonight it is Minor Case, sherry cask finished, straight rye whiskey. Does he know me or does he know me? I think he knows me. Now, this whiskey, it says that it's 45% ABV. Again, no proof. So what do? Double it, double it, double it. What? 90 proof, yo. That's what we do around here. Now, it is distilled and aged in Indiana, which leads me to believe then it's an MGP grain. And then they bottle it at the Limestone Branch Distillery in Lebanon, Kentucky. I've never even heard of Lebanon, Kentucky. That's my first time saying it. So yeah, you learn something new every day, right? That's why we do this on the show here. Now, in 2010, Stephen and Paul, October 2010, they became Kentucky bourbon distillers. And from there, they ended up forming Limestone Branch Distillery with the help of the family. And then in May 2011, they not only broke ground with the helps of their pops, but their dream of starting this company was coming into fruition. Now, in February of did I say fruition? I think I did.
You might have.
But, you know, fruition. Ooh, potato. No, exactly. In February of 2012, 2 years later, they ended up opening up Limestone Branch Distillery. Now, it is said within their history, I think it was 1795, that Jacob Beam, who's the great uncle, who was a farmer, ended up selling his first barrels of corn whiskey, and he named it Old Jake Beam. In 1836, it was Joseph Washington Dant. What a name. Now, he is the great-grandfather on the mother's side. Follow me here, please, because I can barely follow myself. He ends up doing really well with his own distillery in Dant Station, Marion County in Kentucky. And the mother of Stephen and Paul actually ended up working at this distillery when she was in high school. Now, in 1871, Minor Case, yes, that's a real name. Minor Case ends up working at the Early Times Distillery with his Uncle Jack. And around 1880, what? 1880, what? 1883. It was on the tip of my tongue. In 1883, he ends up becoming a master distiller and buying out one of the partners from Gethsemane Distillery. Gethsemane. Gethsemane. Is what I want to say. I could be completely wrong, which I probably am. And he ended up changing the name to Head and Beam. Now, he ended up bringing his son, Guy, into the fold. Now, Guy ends up becoming this famous master distiller, and he worked with tons of distilleries, including Yellowstone. But Prohibition hits, and he ends up packing his craft and himself and goes up north to Canada. Now, his son, Jimmy, ends up becoming somewhat of a prominent figure in the local Kentucky bourbon distillery scene. And that's where Stephen and Paul ended up getting a lot of their help. So now you know the history, all backwards, sideways, and who knows how I placed it, but I had to give it to you like that today. Keep you on your toes. All right, so let's get into this really cool bottle. I do like the white that they put over the embossment of the glass. That's kind of cute to me. I don't know why. It's just eye-pleasing. Eye-pleasing. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Ah, there it is. They did it, yo. They did it. Thank you. All right. With this 90 proof. Boy, do I love pop. Oh, I could smell that. And it smelled, oh. I felt like there were things in the woods. The vanilla and honey, oaky, caramel. Feels like a hint of apple. And spice is very faint at the end, but is lingering more towards like a black pepper to me. I like it. I like the smell. A woman's pole. A woman's pole. Let's get that woman's pole. This is a big glass. Let me be good. Is that like, it's not too bad. It's like two fingers. A little low for me, but hey, you know, we each have our days. Fresh water. I'm getting a little kickback of orange now, which why with a rye? Usually that's with bourbons. Let me shake this up. There's a floral scent to it. And I feel like it's like around sunflowers. All right, let's do this. Cinnamon. I feel like cinnamon came to my palate. Right in the middle of that. Pop, kind of a little sooner than I would expect in a rye. That orange zest is there, but the floral notes are helping like calm it down. So I don't know, the sunflowers just like beamed up on that orange, which is nice. I like that. Keep beating it. In a good way. It's always a good way, right? It's a nice overall kind of easy flowing feel. It's not like the ryes that I'm used to, and especially at 90 proof, I felt like I should have more of a bite here, which maybe it will open up and maybe it will give me something more, but right now it's just giving me. Yeah, it's not like snatching me and being like, hey, Leilani. But it's a smooth tasting rye. It's nice. I'm hoping it opens up more. But for right now, for what it is in this glass, let me take another sip just to make sure. Yeah, with that orange, that's pretty much the orange and a little bit of the vanilla that's coming out. And that's all I'm tasting with like a nice explosion of pepper at the back. I guess that's what happens when you beat it. But it's got an easy, watery feel. So it's a nice, smoother, like, gateway into rye if this is, you know, what you're kind of, like, looking for, you know? So, yeah, Leilani Drinks and Brown Stuff has to give Minor Case 3.5 kisses on this one. So, if you're gonna beat a case, Maybe you should beat it with minor case. Cheers.